I saw open wounds. His flesh was rotting and they had to cut it off. I initially didn't want to talk about this, but I was like, heck, why this platform then if I can't talk about this? The truth is, I didn't know what anxiety was all about. I hear anxiety, I hear people have anxiety attacks and also depression, but really, I didn't know what kind of feeling I was going to experience to say, okay, you're having anxiety. I was always like curious, like, if someone has anxiety, how does this person feel? What is the feeling of anxiety all about? So it was something I was just curious about, but recently or some weeks back, if I'm going to be very precise here, I had the feeling, I had a first-hand experience of what it is to have anxiety. And trust me, it can mess up your day, it can mess up your week, it can mess up your month, it can mess up your life if it's something that is persistent. What led me to, getting to that point where I began to have anxiety? Something actually triggered it. That's the truth. Something actually triggered it. So life is not always rosy for some people. Some people have it very easy and very smooth, but sometimes life is just like this. You're trying to balance here and this side is going down. You're trying to balance here and this side is going down. Sometimes this unbalanced portion of our lives weighs us down and causes depression or anxiety. But what actually triggered my own experience with anxiety was that I saw somebody. I don't know this person. I don't want to talk about this. I don't know if I should talk about this. I didn't want to talk about this, but let me go ahead. I saw somebody suffer excruciating pain. I saw somebody suffer excruciating pain. This pain was so much, like, he didn't deserve it. He didn't deserve it. And I feel like this happened. These are not pictures I can show you. I can't show you those pictures because they are so gory. So I can't show you those pictures. But I'm going to try and I'll explain what happened to this person. So he's a guy, actually. I don't know this guy from nowhere. In fact, when I got to find out about him was when he had already passed on. So what happened to him was this. According to the story, because I had to go through his page, as in going through his page caused me so much anxiety. I was just glued to his page. I was in awe of what he suffered. Like, I was so shocked. I don't know. I was shocked. That's looking at those things, just gave me anxiety, and I'll tell you why it gave me that anxiety. Now, what happened to this guy? According to the story he told, because I was very much on his Instagram page when I saw that news of his death. While he was in Jos, he was, I think, commuting to somewhere. I don't know where, but he was commuting to somewhere in a vehicle, in a public vehicle, either taxi or bus, I can't remember. But it was in a public vehicle, actually. And what happened was the driver of the vehicle refused to, hand the usual 50 naira that is given to the police as, I don't know, is it bribe? I don't know what the 50 naira is about. If it's bribe for, whatever, maybe bribe for not being checked. I don't really know why they always insist on getting that money, 50 naira, 20 naira, 100 naira, whatever the case may be. So because of the refusal of driver to, tender the usual sum to the police, the vehicle was shot at. And this happened around 9 p.m. on the fateful day. And unfortunately for him, it hit him, and it hit him at his back, on his back. And now, unfortunately for him again, it hit his spinal cord. So, when something touches your spinal cord, it's like that's the end if there are no proper care. But Nigeria. Nigeria. So let's go ahead. Now, spinal cord injury is a very severe injury, and it can leave you bedridden for life. Now, I'm not a health practitioner, but it needs proper funding for you to take care of yourself. So that bullet stayed in, and this incident happened in, I think, 2017 December. That was when this happened to him. So he had that bullet in him for several months because he didn't have funding. And this is a very young boy. He should be in his maybe mid to late 20s, more so in his mid 20s, I'm thinking. So that's where his age should fall. He someone that is just starting life, so he didn't really have money to take care of that much of an expensive ill health or expensive unfortunate circumstance that he found himself in. So that bullet stayed in his body for several months. I think for about 7 to 8 months. I don't know, from what I saw on his page, about 7 to 8 months before he was always seeking for funds. If you go to his page, you always see posts. I think he posted on a daily, I don't know. You always see posts of him begging Nigerians for help, begging Nigerians for assistance for his medical treatment. He was always posting and begging Nigerians, and some people will come to his page and they'll tag all these celebrities, all these socialites, for assistance, for money, for help, all these stars, A-list stars and all those things. So that was what was happening to him. He posted this thing from 2017 to 2020. He was begging for money. He was begging for assistance. I don't want to think about this thing because it really weighed me down that day. When the day I saw this thing, it weighed me down. So that was what was happening to him, and believe you me, I'm sure the police he's not going to get justice. In fact, I don't think anybody ever saw that policeman again. So this is not a situation of get justice. There's no justice for anything. That's how he was living his life from 2017 to 2021 till he died. He was just lying down on the bed. At the point, he was begging for food. He was begging for beddings. Someone that's always lying down. At the point, he got discharged from the hospital because he didn't have money to afford his treatment. He went back home, and at the point, he didn't even have people to help him clean up, people to help him do things around the house, because I saw a post where he was asking for assistance, that he needed workers to help him clean his home and take care of him and get him food. He didn't have anything, and it's just very heartbreaking. It's very heart-wrenching, I must tell you. It's just so painful that he didn't really get that help that he needed, and he had open wounds. He had, at the point, I don't want to tell this story. I think I'll stop here. I'll just stop here. I don't want to go further. I don't want to go further. I don't think you even want to watch it. You don't want to watch me describe what he suffered. I don't think you want to watch me describe it. I don't think you want to watch me go into details. So I think I'll stop here. But the guy suffered. He really suffered. The heartbreaking thing there was when the help was actually coming, according to what the person that posted this death was a celebrity. So she said that they were actually planning to take him for a scan, which they're going to send to India to commence treatment for him. They were supposed to do that on Saturday, then he died that week. So I don't know if that was actually going to happen, but it took him so long to get help. And this was somebody that was partially in the industry, because he said he was a makeup artist in the Nollywood industry and was a part-time actor. So this was someone that that was in the industry, and I don't want to go into details on what happened to him, what happened to his body, how his flesh was rotting and he had to cut it off. I don't want to go into details because I don't want to go into details, but that was what triggered my anxiety. I felt I started feeling like The issue here is money. I felt like if he had enough money, if he had sufficient money, he would have been able to, take out this bullet on time, get medical help on time. If it was for him to travel abroad on time. So I felt like money would play a very vital role in how he found himself several years later. I became scared because I'm like, nobody has your back in Nigeria. Nigeria is more like a mess, as in anything can happen to you from nowhere and nobody bats an eyelid. Like, nobody gives a hoot about what's happening to anybody. You can hardly get justice. Talk more of when it has something to do with a uniformed officer. That one is like just as far away from you, very away. Like, I became scared. Like, life here is very uncertain. Life in Nigeria is very uncertain. It messed up my day. I was just scared of the unknown. Like, I had so much fear in me. I couldn't do anything again. I was just lying down. I couldn't do anything. Nothing was interesting to me again. I had that feeling for like several days, like probably 6-7 days before it wore off. I lacked interest in doing anything. I will see Nigerians who have migrated to Canada or migrated to somewhere abroad, and I'll have this feeling of, I'll be like, oh my God, when is it going to be my turn? Will this ever happen for me? Am I going to be able to migrate from Nigeria? Like, this place seemed like poison to me. I was so scared of the unpredictability and of life here, of the fact that life here is not held precious compared to how over there life is so precious. I hear, or no, I'm not saying I hear, I've heard firsthand from someone living over there, a Nigerian living over there. They take care of their kids there. Someone has a father and a mother, and still they pay the kids. They take care of the kids. They give the kids, I don't know what they call the money in particular, but it's upkeep money for the kids, basically. The dad is alive, the mom is alive, but they get upkeep money for their kids. They are not citizens of that place. They are not first-class citizens of that place. They are Nigerians who have migrated, but they get these things. Talk more of we that are Nigerian first-class citizens. Like, the country is a mess. The country is in shambles. I'm sorry to say, but that is the truth. That is the truth. It's not encouraging anybody in any way. You can't even start something for yourself. For example, you start a business and a situation around you is encouraging. There is no, uninterrupted electricity. If you have people attack your shop, or you have robbers attack your shop, you can't even make a complaint and get it solved. There is no working system. Country has a long way to go. It has a very long way to go. The other day I saw a tweet that was posted on Instagram, and this lady apparently is a Nigerian, but now she lives in the US. Now that's where she lives. So what she wrote in that tweet was this: she mistakenly made a 911 call and the phone hung up. So she's not aware that she made a 911 call. Now 911 calls her back and like, okay, you called us, is there any issue? And she's like, no, I didn't call you. They insisted. They were like, no, you actually called us, that's why we are calling you back. Do you have any issues? Is there any problem? That kind of a thing. And she was like, okay, that no, there's no problem. That she might have but dialed the phone, or maybe she lay on the phone while she was sleeping, but she doesn't really know how she called them and everything. They're like, okay, we are coming to check on you. She was like, no, that the call was a mistake, that there's no problem, that they should not bother checking. They were like, okay, we are still going to come and check to make sure that everything is okay. So they hung up. She checked her phone and actually saw that she called them, but she didn't know how the call came about, but she mistakenly called them. In how many minutes these policemen were at her doorstep and they came in? Madam, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is okay. That was a mistake and everything. They're like, sure? Say, yeah, everything is okay. And they left. They didn't leave immediately. What happened was that they hung around the perimeter just to be certain that, okay, really she's not in harm's way. they hung around the perimeter, and after a while they zoomed off. This is someone that is from Nigeria living living abroad then. Then she said this incident got her thinking, like, which way Nigeria, like, when is it going to happen for Nigeria? Like, but believe you me, it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. So these were all the things were going to my mind. I just felt insecure with life. I had so much fear in me, and I was like, whoa, this should be anxiety. It lingered for some days, and I was like, this should be anxiety. This should be what they call anxiety. Just fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. I was just scared. I was like, this has to be anxiety. And I went on to Google. If you know me very well, reach out. If you know me, go. You know, see me, I like Google. I like to Google stuff. When I had my kids, once I just see one rash, poop, I just run to Google. What's happening here? So I just, went to Google and typed anxiety. Okay, this has to be anxiety. What is anxiety? Let's check. Anxiety attack, anxiety disorder, anxiety symptoms. Okay, let's check anxiety symptoms. Okay, how to tell if you have anxiety, 10 signs and symptoms. I'm reading from the internet now. Okay, here's the one I saw. Excessive worrying. Oh my god, I was just worried. Having a sense of impending danger, panic or doom. Exactly. I just felt like, oh my god, like I'm doomed in Nigeria, I felt like I was doomed. I felt panic. I was panicked. Oh my god, that is just it. Having an increased heart rate. Yes, that is it. Breathing rapidly, hyperventilation, sweating, trembling, feeling weak or tired. Like, I felt tired of everything. I did not want to do anything. I just felt tired. Everything was so tiring. I didn't want to clean the house. I didn't want to do the dishes. I didn't want to even do work. Like, I didn't even have time to start going to social media to maybe look at blogs or whatever and make comments. I was just tired. I just laid in bed, covered myself, and was just lying down. Like, I was scared. Like, I felt like something bad was going to happen, or something bad is about to happen, but I don't know when. I was just feeling worried. Trouble concentrating or thinking about anything other than the present worry. Exactly. I couldn't concentrate on anything. In fact, nothing else mattered to me. It's just that fear that I had that was just, overwhelming me. I was just inundated by fear. That was just it. So I was like, okay, this has to be anxiety. This is anxiety. So that was what triggered my anxiety issues, and after a week or so I was fine again. But really, you need to think about Nigeria. Really, I don't know how to end this video now, but I'm just going to end it by saying, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Help me move this ministry to the permanent site. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very well. I appreciate you so much for sticking from the beginning of this video till this point. It's not easy. Your data shall not waste. It's not easy to put down your data and say you're going to use your data to watch my video. There are so many videos on YouTube, but you decided to stick on this video and watch this video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you 100 times, a million times. All right, bye bye. Began to have anxiety. Something actually triggered it. That's the truth. Something actually triggered it. So if you're someone that knows me very well,